Welcome to another edition of the Nell Show. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for choosing to join us today again on the very interesting topic that we are going to be talking about at this time. Thank you so much for everybody that has anticipated this, sent reminders, even sent in questions for this particular edition. Our senior police, Olumuyiwa, is going to be helping us do justice to the questions. He will be joining us right about now. So that we can just get started. Okay. Yes, today's topic is understanding the role of the Nigerian police force. That's what we're talking about today. Understanding the role of the Nigerian police force. And we have the FPRO of Lagos State, the Lagos State chapter of the Nigerian police force, coming to speak to us on this particular topic. Okay. Trying to get him on. Welcome, Josephine. Welcome, Emeka. Welcome, Olawale. We're waiting to add our guests to the conversation. Yes, that's what we're currently waiting for at this time. Once he joins in, welcome, only one edge. Welcome. Yay! SP Olumuyiwa is here. Okay, going outside. I was sending him a message. Let me add him to the, yes, let me add him to the live video. Welcome, sir. So some sort of network buffering over there, but we would work it out. Okay, so SP Olumuyiwa is having some network, is not showing his video, so we're just retrying. Okay, good afternoon. Yeah, can you hear me, sir? Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. I can hear you.
Thank you so much, sir, for choosing to join us today. Sorry about the network.
You're welcome.
All right, sir. So I'll just read your profile and then we. Owu in Ayedada, local government of the state of Osun. Okay. Sorry, sir, about the network interruptions. Sorry about that. He bagged his BSc Archaeology and Geography combined honors from the University of Ibadan, MA in Peace and Conflict Studies, University of Ibadan, and PhD student in the Department of Peace Studies, Conflict Studies, Institute for Peace and Strategic Studies. SP Olumuyiwa is a Christian and a member of the Anglican Communion. He was the police PRO in Ogun State for 7 years and PPRO Zone 2 Lagos in 2016. OPS Officer Lagos State 2017, Direct Staff Police College Ikeja 2018, PA to the DIG Operations, Force Headquarters Abuja between 2019 and August 2020. His posting before his appointment as IGP as the PPRO of Lagos State recently. He belongs to many social and professional bodies, received many awards locally and internationally, and is happily married with lovable children. SP Olumuyiwa loves to read, and he loves to play tennis and also enjoys tourism. Thank you so much again for choosing to join our live video. Okay, sir, our topic for today, thank you, sir. Our topic for today is understanding the role of the Nigerian police force. And a lot of people in my generation, our generation, were basically just born into Nigeria, of course, and then we just met what we met on ground. Like, oh, we knew that, oh, there's the police, there's the army, there's a president. So, sir, can you help us to understand what is, at least when the police was being created, in the colonial era, what was the purpose of the police and what still is the purpose of the Nigerian police force?
Well, the Nigerian police came into existence many years back during the colonial masters. We are not making a mistake. We are talking of as far back as 1866. When we have the northern constabularies. That time, an average policeman would just stand like a Neanderthal man, very tall, 7-footer, 6-footer, and the likes. And then they were being employed by the colonial masters, basically then to support them for the new generation enforcement of law and order. And over time, the so-called Northern Constabulary started evolving to become police outfits, in Lagos Colony. Lagos Colony again, as part of the one from the southern part of the country. Aside that, and later, after amalgamation came in 1914, and after amalgamation, I think 1930, the Northern Constabulary and the Southern Police were merged together to form a body, which of course at that time called the Nigerian Police. But basically, a present Nigeria Police Force, not Nigerian Police Force. It is Nigeria Police Force.
Okay.
Was established under the Nigerian Constitution, Section 214 of the Nigerian Constitution 2010 as amended, that there shall be the Nigeria Police Force. The Constitution highlighted the duties of the Nigeria Police Force. It's a civil security institution, and you're going to see the duties, which includes prevention and detention of crimes, apprehension of offenders, maintenance of law and others, and of course, to carry out certain military duties, as may be assigned by the president or by any law. So, the Nigeria Police Force, if I want to say, and as a fact remains, that is the mother of all security agencies, is the grandmother or grandfather of all security agencies in Nigeria. All these security agencies started coming after the establishment of the police in 1866. The narcotic aspect of the police then was what gave birth to the NDLA. Then the traffic wing then gave birth to the road safety. The immigration was part of the police before. It was over time due to circumstances on ground that were around the government to be creating all these security agencies one after the other for proper coordination and professionalism. So without missing any word, the police is the grandfather or mother of all these agencies, and that's why, as an individual, I don't see any security agency as being competitive as a rival. Rather, all of them are to complement the effort of the police as the grandmother, and of course to work together to have a goal for national security. I don't have that belief of this agency is fine. We might have overlapping functions, and all these overlapping functions at the end of the day still boil out of the fact that we still want to achieve national security. And we all report to one person. That is the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. No matter how big, how powerful, how influential, how rugged your security institution might be, you still report to the President, to our various ministers, and above all, the National Security Advisor. So the police had been on for so long. And by virtue of the establishment of the police then by colonial masters in 1866, police then was doing the job of the military. Police then was to make sure they will collect money here and there. And you know, to be collecting tax and revenue in the market, they were very rugged. At times, they were unruly. It was over time that when colonial masters decided to have it like the police institution, that we started having reforms here and there. So reform which people are clamoring for now had been in existence for long. So we're only trying to have dimensions into the aspect of reform of the police, that over time their emphasis reform will still continue. Even all those that are clamoring for reform now, if they recruit one or two or three, all of them in the police, there will still be reform. So reform is a continuous process. It's not what they have been doing. These reforms since 1930, 1914, 1930. So the reform is on, and it's going to be a continuous thing. So the police is a civil security organization, saddled with the responsibility of maintenance of law and order, apprehension of offenders, and of course detection and prevention of crimes. Talk of anything. So the powers of the police are so enormous as enshrined in the Police Act and regulations, and that's why we are mindful of the fact that these powers are enormous. Let us have standard operating procedures that will be guiding the exercise of our men. And every policeman has such a power to do certain things according to the law. Don't forget, apart from the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, apart from most of these criminal laws, there are so many acts that even many Nigerians are not aware they are in existence. So if a policeman brings out these acts, started implementing or enforcing these acts, you will say, they don't come, police don't come. For where did they bring this thing? Many are not aware of miscellaneous acts. And every law, every act, every legislation made in Nigeria must be duly enforced by the police. But people will not know. We don't make laws. We only enforce all these laws made appropriately. So we need to understand the duties of the police. We need to understand the powers of the police. And we need to understand the challenges the police will face in performing all their duties. Are you talking of the funding? Are you talking of recruitment exercise? Are you talking of training or retraining? Or are you talking of the problem of the criminal justice system? Are you talking of the problem of the legal framework that is not so effective or efficient? Well, this topic is coming up, understanding the role of the Nigerian police force. So the roles are so enormous, and as we are talking of the roles, there's need for us to talk about some of these challenges that we face. That's so enormous as well.
Thank you so much, sir, for the detailed introduction. I mean, just taking us back and helping us understand that, primarily one of the roles of the Nigeria police force is to enforce a lot of laws, according to
all laws, not a lot, all laws and legislations. Either national level or state levels, all laws and legislations.
Okay, sir. So, sir, what was the reason why SARS was birthed out of everything that you shared now? Why was SARS birthed? What was the purpose, what was the gap and purpose that brought SARS into being in Nigeria?
Well, the only thing that is constant in life is change. And change is inevitable. Don't forget that the first job these constabularies were used for then was tax collection, revenue collection. Over time, other duties started coming up here and there, coming in here and there.
I'm sorry,
as we are having
police. So the police in earlier years, you said they used to collect tax and all that. I just want to clarify
for the colonial masters. For the colonial masters, they actually went for the giants. The minimum height of a policeman then would be nothing less than 7 feet. So then, because of the duties they wanted to be using them for, the heights were intimidating because of that particular purpose then. So over time, circumstances started coming up, dimensions coming to crimes and criminality, because they are changing faces over time and space. So it got to the stage that the then leadership of the police felt, let us have the special anti-robbery squad. We've been having anti-robbery squads across board, but this particular one was, let us have this special anti-robbery squad that was going after all these armed robbers. Then it was like a hell when robbers, particularly cross-border banditry, cross-border armed robbery, were on rampage, very, very rampant. That from neighboring countries, armed robbers will come, they will operate with impunity, they will kill Nigerians, they were vast.
Yes, I'm still there. You
They
went
will carry
on.
some of these stolen goods across the border to neighboring countries. So they decided that let us have this special squad to be a crack squad, to be a punching arm for the Nigeria police force that will assist the police in curbing some of these heinous and violent crimes. That's why SARS was established, and then SARS had the major office then at Adejobi, Adele. Before the headquarters was moved to Abuja, now we have SARS office in Abuja and then annex at Adejobi, Adele. Then over time, it started coming up to all the states. The states were having a special anti-robbery squad, special anti-robbery squad, and then the immediate past administration decided to centralize the activities of SARS under one command. Just one commissioner of police was commanding special anti-robbery squad in 37 commands, including the FCT. So when the IGP came, IGP felt this present IGP, Mohammed Abubakar Adamu MNIPM, said, how can just a person, a commissioner of police, be controlling all these operatives across the country? 37th commands, including the FCT, that no, it is too much. Let us decentralize. Let's have the federal SARS in Abuja and Adejobi, because then there will be special anti-robbery squad in all the states under the supervision of the commissioner of police of that particular state. Proper supervision. And that's what he did. That's what he did. And then you discover that, yes, after this, there are still issues of complaints upon complaints against us. Let me quickly drop this, that our people generally say anything they have with the police or mufti, it is SARS. That's where the problem is coming from.
Now, sir.
Are you there? Yes.
Yes.
People always believe that every policeman in mufti is a member of SARS. And that's where the SARS is getting it wrong. So it got to a stage that everything is SARS new. Our SARS want to do Yoruba, SARS don't come, SARS on near, SARS yazo, according to all these languages, SARS everywhere. Then the leadership of the police felt that, come, let us have special uniforms for them. And that's why you see SARS will have their outfit black, jacket, top, over jean, but the name will be written clearly at the back, on the chest of this jacket with their face cap on. That at every point in time they are going out for operations, they must put on the uniform. Yet our people still say any policeman on t-shirt over jean plus face cap, to them it is SARS. Even if those that are operatives in divisional headquarters, area command headquarters, state CIDs, anti-robberies, anti-kidnapping squad, anti-cultism squad, anti-violence squad, operation this, operation that, according to these nomenclatures in various commands, they will still say it is SARS. That's why we have been getting it wrong, and that's why every blame is heaped on the SARS, and that's why the hardballs is so much like this. Even if I put on as a conventional policeman, not in SARS, if I put on my t-shirt and jean, I pull on my pistol, if I'm operating somewhere, the noise is, I want SARS today. SARS, people have come again. They have come to do this. They have come to do that. Then they have that impression that an average member of SARS is an ex-convict. I've been battling this, I've been discussing this, I've been arguing over and over that if you are an ex-convict in the first instance, you cannot be in the police. That is one. Before you can be mobilized into special anti-robbery squad, you must have spent nothing less than 3 years in the service. So if somebody is an ex-convict, in that period of 3 years before it was mobilized, we should have detected. Because after recruitment, even on training, we still do screening. After training, we do screening. On probation, there's a year we give them for assessment, probation, and what have you before they still confirm your employment into the Nigerian Police Force. All this period is for screening and again. So if we have somebody has spent 3 years, is in service, we have done our screening, and no criminal record, no criminal antecedents against the person is in the force, is qualified to be in the mess. All SARS operatives are members of the Nigerian Police Force. No criminal. No criminal. It is just the nature of the job they do. My sister, when they are robbing, they are firing, you as a person, you will run away from that place. But these are the men, they're always happy to go to where they are firing, to go and tackle them. It is not that easy. They must be rugged. They must be very, very rugged to do that. You are always happy, and they dispatch you that move to that so location. They are robbing there, and they see them live firing sporadically. These men will engage them. These men will go there. So it is nature of the job they do, what they see, what they encounter on daily basis, that make them to look rugged and to look like that. Many will tell you today that SARS had one time or the other helped them. Many will tell you today that SARS had assisted them in one way or the other. Let us forget the issue of excessive use of power. The major thing now is checking on phone of young guys. That's the bone of contention. They stop me, laptops, they check my phone, they harass me. That is it. Checking the electronic devices to know whether they are Yahoo or not Yahoo. That's why this issue is coming up. If many of them, and those like other tactical operations, had not been doing this, I bet you with you, SARS will still be in charge today. But because they went out of their bands, some of them went out of their bands. Okay. Some police personnel who are not even members of SARS, hiding under the name umbrella of SARS. Because in order to create fears in the mind of their people, of their suspect, or anybody they want to arrest, they will be boasting at the day we are SARS. We'll kill you, nothing will happen. Yes, they are not members of SARS. We'll kill you, nothing will happen. We have come here. They boast. So the person will just think, or the group of boys will say, SARS don't come again. No. Give them what they want. I don't want anybody to kill me. Nobody in the police has the power or that license to fire or to kill an innocent Nigerian. No. Even armed robbers in operation, we still try to maim, not to even kill, let alone an innocent Nigerian. Even in operation where we meet armed robbers, we fire to maim so that we can get them and get more information from them that will help us in our investigation. Let alone an innocent Nigerian that is not a criminal. Nobody has license to kill.
Okay, sir. So let me come in there on the sad issue, because I want to move on to other questions regarding the Nigerian Police Force generally. So now, from what you shared with us, some people started abusing the power and the umbrella of the SARS, if I get you correctly. Yes. They started abusing the power. So where would you say the Nigeria Police Force got it wrong? You know, should there have been some sort of ID? Should there have been some sort of, you know, verification process where the public will know who is who? Because now, just like you rightly said, it's important. While the course is a good one, and some people, a lot of some members of the SARS have gone out to do rightly, like I've been discussing on radio. I know that there are some people that have done the right thing, but then the other ones that have done the wrong things are the ones that are now being loud enough. So where would you say the Nigeria Police Force got it wrong in helping the public understand the role of SARS?
Well, we not the issue of getting it wrong this time around. The problem is even the people understanding the system generally.
Okay.
We had said it when the special anti-robbery squad came on board. The first FPRO made it known. And the uniform, the attire they will be putting on was made known to the public. But my sister, an average Nigerian is not bothered about things we show them, things we tell them. You know, when I give out numbers again, that to the extent that when we give out numbers of our DPOs, of your local DPO to you, many Nigerians, they are not bothered. They will not steal, they feel not bothered. Because either we are security bankrupt or we don't have security consciousness at all. So when you are even telling them some things about the police, many will not take note of that. But when it happens, they will say, there is no time we have any outfit or we change the attire of our outfit that is not made known to the public. They know, and we have said it. This is attire for anti-robbery squad. This is attire for Intelligence Response Team, IRT, commanded by DCP Abakari. This is attire for STS, Special Tactical Squad, commanded by DCP Kulu. Apart from SARS, we have these tactical units. They are always on mount, and they have their attires, boldly written on them. SARS will carry F-SARS or SARS. For instance, in Lagos, we have told them on several occasions that SARS in Lagos the logo is the scorpion. In operations, they use name of animals, insects, birds, and they like to name your bases in operation, even in the military. So if we told them, but an average person will still see a man putting on just black shirts with police logo, crested shirt, will still be saying it is SARS. If you have not seen that logo of scorpion on their shirt, it is not Special Anti-Robbery Squad Lagos State. It's the standard one anyway. So people are not conscious of all these differences, of all these marks, of all these attires. They just want to believe that every man, a mufti, putting on t-shirt is SARS. And that is the problem. It is not that the police is getting it wrong. Police has been doing what it should do as a responsible institution to let people know what they should know there. But the problem is that people at times, they don't want to know. Those that care to know, they know. Those, some are not even bothered. They don't want to know. Don't it concern me, you know?
So sorry, sir. I went to my MiFi had went off. My MiFi actually went off, so I went to adjust that. Sorry about that. It's my alternative network. Okay, so I'm working with an alternative network now. Okay, sir. So, sir, with everything that you have shared now, what is the way going forward? Because citizens, even though some people know, you shared that some people don't get to know, some people are ignorant, but even though some people know, when people like this that are not FSAs come to them to want to harass them, you know, how can citizens, what can they do? What can an average citizen do? Because the average person is already filled with fear, like, oh my God, what do I do? These people are holding gun, even if they know they're not FSAs, you know. So what does a person do at that particular time when you encounter people that are not FSAs? How do you challenge them?
Well, the police as a responsible institution designed many anti-crime strategies to police our society. These strategies are many. One, we have patrol. Two, stop and search. Before now, we used to use roadblock. That's what is not common again. We used to have raid. Raid is when you discover that some boys or bad boys or elements are in a particular place or location, you bust them. Either in the day or at night. That one is raid. When you are raiding, you don't need any warrant of arrest. You don't need anything. There's power in the law to do that. Then we have, yes, we have that power. Then we have investigation based on intelligence, checking of intelligence. If I have intelligence that in so house, number this, Adejobi Road, Oduduwa Ikeja. If I have intelligence, either from the DSS, don't forget, DSS gives intelligence, FIB gives intelligence. Either of the two units. If you have intelligence that we should go and bust that place, police will go and bust this place. There are sting operations that we carry out that, whether we like it or not, we need to go, the law permits to do at any time, either with warrant of arrest or no warrant of arrest. And don't forget, warrant of arrest is not applicable to all offenses. There are some offenses that you don't need warrant of arrest to arrest. If you commit offense before me as an officer of Nigeria Police Force, I don't need any warrant of arrest. I will pick you. If I reasonably know that you are a criminal, habitual criminal, that they have been looking for you, either you have been declared wanted or not. If I see you, I don't need any warrant of arrest to pick you. These are the conditions. And that's one of those things I said that people have not really understood the Criminal Procedure Act, the procedure in which we operate. These procedures, apart from the laws, there are procedures we need to follow in implementing these laws, investigating cases, and prosecuting all these cases. So if somebody thinks, generally what an average Nigerian will say is that you are called to arrest me, where's your warrant? It is not in all cases. In fact, almost 90% of the cases is done without warrant of arrest. Except we are talking of cases of fraud, cases of cheating, all those cases that, okay, let me follow process, let me go to court before I can arrest you with warrant. But generally, 90% of these cases has nothing to do with warrant of arrest and what have you. So the police as an institution, as a responsible security institution, has powers under the law to do so many things, and the only thing we can do is to monitor our men, not to overuse these powers. As you are talking to me, now, if I am around you, we are in the studio or somewhere, if you do certain things, the law still permit me to suspect you that you are this, or I think I have that reasonability in me, or I think reasonably that you may foment trouble and you may cause trouble, I can pick you up. That's why you see some policemen, they will say conduct likely to cause. Most of the things we do, most of them are criminal, but we don't know. And the police comes around to say, you have committed an offense. You say, what did you do? They are looking for money to chop. Don't be so a bill. If you are talking, maybe at a bus stop, there is this common thing we do in Lagos, particularly, or anywhere, arguments. You see another passenger having an argument with you, a conductor having an argument with this, or two of you are passengers, you came down, you started arguing, raising your voice all over. It's a criminal offense. Conduct likely. Let alone that you even fight. They call it offering the law. But we do all these things with impunity. Because at times police will come and overlook. Police will come and say, oh, no, don't worry, forget about it. Or do you know that most of these things we do, that at the garage, a conductor will touch a lady, will harass a lady. You know, they will just say, close your friend, what did he do for you? He touch me. Abba, he's not your... Abba, my sister. This was done. But if a man touches a...
Can you hear me, sir? Okay, you're back. You were saying, sir, that but if a man I think
if a
that's
man touches a woman,
mm.
which is a common thing, when you notice at garages and parks, bus stops, it happens on daily basis. It's a criminal offense. Indecent assault on female is a criminal offense. The same thing applicable to a woman. He touch me the way I don't like, indecent assault on female or on male, as the case may be. But we do all these things with impunity. We don't know their offenses under the law. But if a policeman comes to implement the law,
to approach
you, the law, they will say they have come again. So the yes, go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to say, so okay, sir, for those that are not police, because recently I was watching a show where some people pose themselves as Lagos State's waste baskets, you know, something funny. And they, in fact, when a spokesperson for our state spoke on the matter, it was saying that these people are not real. There's nothing like Lagos State waste baskets, XYZ. So when we have people pose, like, because of course we have the Nigeria police force trying to do their best, but when we have people forced to abuse and misuse that office, what can we as citizens do? Is there anything we can do? Because the first, you know, I don't know, the immediate response is just fear. I don't know if there are maybe 5 steps or 3 steps, you know, things, you know, that we can do at that particular point in time.
Let me tell you, every agency has its standard operating procedure.
Okay.
Has its ethic and code of conduct. Even in the police, if a policeman assaults you, you have the right to go and lodge that complaint against that policeman for your justice.
All right.
If a staff of LASMA beats you up unjustly, you have a right to report to the police. If anybody if a military man beats you wrongly, you have a right to report to the police. Okay. Everything centers on the police. So if these uniformed men, either federal or state-owned agencies, go out of their bands, you have the right to assist an investigation or a case against them. If you take it to a logical conclusion, if you want. But generally in Nigeria, in our country, we don't believe in pursuing cases. The moment it happens, somebody will come around you. Is it not your language person? Is it not your language? We allow our cultural values to override our legal framework. We always want to put in sentiment in cases. I have seen a murder case. A guy shot, a cultist shot another guy dead. The mother of the deceased was the one begging again to exonerate the suspects. For you to know how terrible the situation is in our culture, Yoruba or African culture, or Nawiwi, brotherhood, SPE core, Africanism, and all the likes. So if you have cases against anybody, even if you have cases against those that have constitutional immunity, you register your case so that when the tenure of that immunity expires, you bring up your case. One beautiful thing about criminal cases is that criminal cases have no statute of limitation. Statute of limitation means that if it is 30 years, you can bring up any criminal case against that person. If a governor has committed an offense and you think you want to take it up, for the period is in government or in the office, he has constitutional immunity, you can't do anything. But if you take the case up, it's on record. After his tenure, you take your case up, and he will come as an ordinary citizen to come and face justice or judgment or whatever. So if uniformed men misbehave to you, we have been encouraging our people, as we were Adejobi, if I should descend so low, if I don't respect my dignity, personality, or my rank, and I slap you, you have the right to take it up. Slapping is an assault. It's a criminal offense under the criminal law. If I do what you don't like that is criminal, you have the right to take it up. There are criminal cases and there are civil cases. I'm not talking of civil cases. Civil cases, tort, T-O-R-T, they have statute of limitations. If you don't take decision within certain period, the court might not listen to you again because they are civil cases or like criminal cases. For instance, if I've abused, if I've talked to you the way you don't like libation, you can sue me. You can't label. You can't say because of that you go to court, you go to police. If it is defamation of character, you have the right to sue the policeman or any uniformed man who has done that. The law permits you to enjoy these two sides of cases, either civil or criminal. The only thing that criminal is has no statute of limitation. You can take it up at any time. So our people don't always like to report cases. They don't like to do any follow-up. In my office now, I have more than 70 complaints against officers. We'll be begging many of them to come forward. They will not come. There's no way you want to convince somebody. There's no one to pass judgment on someone without evidence. We will need enough evidence. Witnesses must come. Like I told somebody today reporting a case of a policeman who collected money from him yesterday somewhere in Lagos. Okay. I encouraged the man. Yes, I encouraged him that come, go to DPO. Go to the DPO, get his number. When you get to the gate, go straight to him, point to the person, let the boy be arrested. They did, and the guy has been arrested. I begged the person because he had interest in pursuing the case. I talked to him. Many Nigerians would not have interest in pursuing their cases because they believe you are reporting the wicked to the wicked. And it's not so. If you report your cases, we will take it up. So if they misbehave to you, you need to report. And when they call you to please come for evidence, just once. It's not necessary you come twice. Once you come, if it is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's okay. Because in a case where the offense might lead to reduction in rank or dismissal, we must get enough and credible evidence to nail the subject because he has the right to appeal. If somebody is reduced in rank or is dismissed and we have not packaged the case properly, we didn't do proper legal proceedings, the man has the right to go to court, appeal, or to go to high court to go and sue us, and the judge, the bench will review our legal proceedings. So if at all you want justice to be done, there's no how we will not need credible evidences. So Nigerians are urged to always complain against our men's inappropriate behaviors, either criminal, civil, and what have you. And we assure you, we'll take it up.
Yeah, another thing I want to add before going to the next question is probably recordings and things like that would also help, maybe phone recordings, because we may have a situation whereby the person is really in a very tight case where these people are not just going to let the person go until the person whether sorts them out or whatever the case may be. So things like that are encouraged, and just like you said, you know, we can then come forth to report the case and actually follow it up. Sir Lord Famous is asking, what type of evidences do you want? I want to believe things like phone records, pictures.
I've seen responses as well from my hand too. I've been seeing people have been sending in their responses, their reactions. Yes, I want the evidence we need is when they call you. Evidence we have various types. It could be direct, real, documentary. And now electronic evidences are allowed. You are talking of pictures, you are talking of videos and the likes. They are allowed. Even if they are not allowed, if a policeman slaps you and causes injuries on you, the first thing you should do is to report that. It's a form police will give you, medical form. You take that form to the hospital. Any government-owned hospital or whatever hospital, they will treat you. You are going to keep that form. It is your evidence. There's also days, also time. Sergeant, this and this slapped me, and the case was reported. The case is being investigated. You tender it. Even the marks on your face, the marks of violence on your face, you can take the picture, tender it, and show it. These are the simple evidences. We are not looking for the impossibilities for you to come and defend your case. No. We are talking about these are minor evidences, simple things that you can tender, that you know that to corroborate your assertion, to corroborate your defense that no, the man, when I got to also place, the man saw me. I stopped. He collected my phone. He was searching through my phone. I asked him a question. Is it your right to do so? The policeman got angry, started beating me. You can have evidence. Even if you do not have any record or video or picture of the scene. The mere fact that you have complained, we in the police, we have ways of detecting crimes. We have ways of carrying out interrogation and we'll get the fact. We extract from whatever you do. There's what we call interview and interrogation. We have experts in these lines that when they are looking at you, when they look at you with what we call effective communication, when they look straight to your eyeballs, they know whether you have done it or not. We have trained psychologists, we have people in charge of this. Even if you cannot get the video, the picture, or whatever, just come and complain. Your presence alone will be enough for us to continue on the room trial, and judgments will be given to them. See the case of Madam that was in the video. The aged mother slapped by a policeman in Surulere. Today, the CP, we were able to locate the family of Mama. We were able to locate them to see and get more information because we have not known the policeman. But they need to help us to know the policeman. The policemen who harassed that young lady in that video in area Surulere, the 4 of them have been arrested. I made a press statement yesterday. I think I copied you some of my releases. I think so. If we don't need much, that video speaks volume. That you have arrested a young lady. The guy was not resisting arrest. He was following you to the station. Yet, you pounced on her. You flogged her. Men, 4 or 5 men over a young lady, harmless lady, non-violent lady. You could see the video itself speaks volume. And other cases like that. So, we don't need much evidence from you. Just come around, whatever you have, you get it. Then all we need is to know that this man actually do this thing you are alleging him of doing.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for just giving us enough detailed response. Now, there's a general, I would say agreement, not even assumption, that the Nigeria police force is inherently corrupt. Like it has a corrupt system where, things cannot just go on without bribery, and, things cannot go on in the correct order they're supposed to go through with. And that is why some people have claimed that is the reason for not following through with cases, because they just feel, they are going to be asked for money, is going to be dragged, the person in charge that's supposed to be on their side is going to want to be on the side of their fellow policeman. What do you have to say about that, sir? A lot of videos that have gone viral of policemen trying to give me something, collecting different things, bribes, money from just different citizens. What do you, sir, have to say about that? Is it a systemic problem for the Nigeria police force, or why do we have a lot of people coming to affirm that this has happened to them when regarding the corruption or experiencing, so to speak, a police officer who has engaged them in some sort of corruption?
Well, it's quite unfortunate that this time around we are just trying to single out the police organization as a corrupt one, because don't forget, or maybe I should remind you people that the system generally is corrupt. And that's why you see the first agenda of the Mr. President is anti-corruption crusade.
True.
That's number 1 thing, anti-corruption crusade. And this is what has been battling up and down. Even at times you see that the corruption, we're fighting back seriously. This thing is that pandemic that's eaten deep into the marrow of our contemporary society. It is not only the police. If you have a case, a policeman is demanding for money, and you are refused to give money, I think the thing will be reduced. Another Nigerian is afraid of going to court. I don't know why. If I drive a car now, for instance, let me give an instance. If I drive a car along Ikeja along towards Oshodi, or to Yanapaja Abule Egbaazis, you know we have many pedestrian bridges.
Yes, true. Yes.
If I drive a vehicle and I hit you under the pedestrian bridge, I prefer to go to court than you telling me I should come and settle out of court. The Oga, come and settle, talk to the family, give them money to bury. It has happened. I told my brother in Lagos, in Ibadan, go to court. Forget about it. You are going to win. Because it's I don't expect any pedestrian to cross the expressway where we have pedestrian overhead bridge. It's a simple logic and a matter of interpretation in law. But another Nigerian will be afraid. I don't want to go to court. Maybe that driver is not having driver license. Maybe the vehicle is not even registered.
Okay.
But if I have my driver license, as I am now, I have my driver license, my vehicles are registered, and I renew my license all the time. As such, an accident occurs. For someone to be telling me that, yeah, I said to, picking I said to, because the man is dead, you pay for it. So no, let me go to court. It's not a murder case, a manslaughter. Accident case, fatal accident is manslaughter. And I will defend it. If I have, the only thing is I'm going to have my lawyer. If I don't have money to get lawyers, I will get to legal aid counsel. They will give me a lawyer to come and defend me. But another Nigerian would not want to go to cases. If you have a case and you think policemen are trying to use power or their office or due to corrupt practices to cheat on you, to oppress you for injustice, tell them to charge the case to court. Tell them to charge the case to court. Lawyers and judges, they are not morons. The bench is there. It's not easy. Judges are just like small guns. They see beyond their noses. They know the right from the left. Let them charge the case to court. Haven't you seen cases that have been struck out based on want of evidence in court? There are many cases. The fact that you are going to court doesn't mean the end of the thing and I don't want to go. So Nigerians are always afraid of going to court. So they look for settlement. They give that policeman the power to negotiate. I go to court on Monday. Tell them, well, I'm ready to go to court, no problem. It's available offense, release me on bail, a sortie. Let the sortie produce me on Monday morning and take me to court, no problem. I will go. You see things will be changing. But the mere fact that I go to court on Monday, hey, Jesus Christ, Olumuyiwa, help me call my pastor. I don't want to go. Help me call my auntie. Help me call my in-law. They will be shaking, shivering because they don't want to go to court. Then something, hey, what do we do? And okay, if you don't go court, you go settle now. Now there the thing they come home. Now there the thing come. Then you are giving that man power to negotiate. Money will come in. Stop giving, excuse me, let me lie. Stop giving them money. If a policeman is collecting money from you, ask him to give you receipt of payment. Because police doesn't generate revenue. It's not a revenue generating agency. We don't generate revenue for the government. TSA's Treasury Single Account of the government is only account of the federal government that we agencies for the federal government will remit money. Police doesn't generate revenue. So if you are paying policemen money, you're only empowering, you're enriching that individual that you are settling. The money is not coming to police account. If it's coming to police account, you say fine. You can use the money to fuel patrol vehicles. You can use the money to buy stationaries. You can use the money to rehabilitate our barracks. But the money is going to individuals' pockets. So why are you paying? Why are you paying? If you run this joint account with your wife and you get home, you're telling your wife, baby, today I pay 50,000 naira to police. If I were the wife, I will give you problem because you have to account for that money. And you have not shown me the receipt of that 50,000 naira you have spent. They are going to separate our accounts. How will you go home and tell your wife or your kids, go knock kids at today, I pay 50,000 naira to the police. And nothing to show for it. What have you done? They just put me over. They said I've committed this offense. They said I'm having this, I'm having that. And you spend a bunch of these offenses on the road. That policeman